Before we get to the clash, we want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Vital Pomona, a gift shop in the heart of downtown Pomona that got all the candles, soaps, sage bundles, jewelry, and trinkets ready for a quick gift to a loved one. Vital Pomona provided a cash prize to the winner as well as a gift set to the runner-up, so all poets can go home with the bag or a literal bag of prizes. Support our supporters. Please visit vitalpomona.com and treat yourself or a loved one to a gift bundle today.
Check the map. The bay's on top and it's gonna stay on top. Mike Ting, Oakland, California. What's good?
But at this point, Mike Ting's goals are in my rear view. Treesje empowers. The name says it all.
You know poetry drop it when the pen clicks, and poets get it poppin' with the pen click. You're now rocking with Queen David, the pen click prime minister, out here with my brother Daniel. He's the chubby fat god, and this is the Poetry Clash. Michael Ting versus Treesje Empowers. A very, very epic clash is about to go down. Poetry Clash, of course, is 3-round poetry competition, prompted rounds, themes, and forms that these poets have to write to and perform within the time limit. That being said, Daniel Hees, please introduce our poets.
Hey, poet number 1, 2018 IWPS Grand Champion, representing NorCal. Let them know who you is.
What's good, y'all? Mike Ting, Bay Area, representing all the way from Oakland down to San Jose. What's good?
2014 Elevated Grand Slam Champion, representing SoCal and the IE. Let them know who you are, poet number 2.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Treesje Empowers, repping Pomona and Lion Like Mind State. What's good, family?
Hey, West in the building, y'all. You know what it is. And for this Poetry Clash, we have 2 prompted rounds and 1 form round. For round 1, the poetry prompt is message to my future self. And first is Michael Ting. 90 seconds on Mike Ting. Let's get it, bro.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you, with your back turned. I know you can hear me. Just because you're always looking forward doesn't mean you can't see into the past. Oh, you're gonna act like I don't exist, huh? Pretend like my life doesn't deserve a reflection. Well, let me tell you, you wouldn't be the first to make that mistake. You and I are so similar. Ego in all the same familiar places. You know, our past came looking for me too once, and I know he's probably just ancient history to you, just a phantom set of limbs not worth remembrance, but you know what they say about the past. Those that never learn from it are doomed to wash up on his shores. I too have tried to live a life always moving forward, only to come barreling backwards. We are like black holes. From the center, it's impossible to tell if we're heading towards the past or the future, so I just want to say, hey, don't make the same mistakes I did. When your past comes resurrecting itself, offering advice, open the door. Don't keep him locked in the closet. Even when all you see are old bones, despite what we tell ourselves, we are the same people we were back then. Desperate to outrun time like our lives depended on it. But you know, from where I stand, things aren't so bad here. You should visit. And when you leave, I'll promise to stay.
Woo! Let's go. Hell yeah. That was right at 90 seconds, bro. That was so close. 90 seconds on Treesje Empowers.
Hey girl, hey! Well, I hope the cloud captures this moment in time. Since I'm not Amazon and I don't know where you are in life, this email is my prime opportunity to say thank you for choosing us. We did it, sis! Wait, or did we? I have some questions. First, is it she, her, they? You know what? I'll stick with we. So, how is therapy? Loaded question. Your mind was always a labyrinth without Adderall. Can you finally navigate it without feeling displaced? Anyway, I'm dying to know, do Black lives ever matter in the future? You're right. Trick question. Sorry, this email is so heavy. You know what? I'm just tired of feeling invisible and you make me feel seen. On a lighter note, did you ever lose the weight? Did we become that snack, or can I eat these carbs right now? You know what? I'm hoping that our melanin is still popping in the future, but if no one told you, you look stunning. But seriously, how did you manage to keep those Black men of yours alive? They are alive, right? You know what? Don't even answer that. One last thing. You know that cape tattooed on our back? Yeah, that was me. Long story. But when you're done being a magic show for everyone else, go ahead and send your girl some life hacks. You know, a cheat code or two, so that we can keep all of this Black from cracking under the pressure. Love yourself.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Let's get that. Round 2, 90 seconds, one word theme. The theme is interrupt. Poet number 1, you're up.
I've been told that it's rude to interrupt someone, that to shut their mouth with your voice is some small crime and offense to civility, a harbinger of bad things to come. But what if that someone is a faucet of hate? Does all speech deserve protection? What if my voice is softer than my fist? My interruption, a form of mercy? Do all thoughts deserve room to grow? Or do some need concrete slabbed on top of them? I've often tightroped the boundary between civil discourse and mob justice, weighed the cost of respect versus respectability, careful to not fall short in the balance. Words these days are heavier than they've ever been and are shaped like daggers that we keep tucked behind our backs. Don't get caught slipping, else you might catch yourself falling on mine. What if your speech interrupts my peace? What if your voice is just a lie in sheep's clothing? How do we define the lines between constructive dialogue and hateful monologue? It is so easy to know what is right when you've always been left out. The challenge is in knowing when you become the very thing you seek to dismantle. So here we are, staring down each other's gun barrels, our tongues, true triggers itching for a reason to pull, and it's taking everything I have to not start World War III until you finish. Is it saintly to give someone the respect they would not give to you? Or is this futile attempt at goodwill the reason we are all here in the first place?
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
90 seconds. The theme is interrupt. Poet number 2, hit him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! We interrupt your 2020 to bring you a public service announcement. There will be nothing happy about this year. Capitalism and ignorance will make sure of that. A disease with no origin and no cure has dropped out of the sky now to check your American privilege. That's right. You're no longer allowed to be locusts in public. Now, all of your consumption must be virtual and curbside. Don't panic. We've taken no precautions, and we anticipate that things will only get worse. That's right. Your government has everything under control. We are confident this restricted lifestyle will help you to focus on what matters most, your humanity. COVID-19 will only impact you if you are old, Black, poor, unhealthy, and male. Needless to say, even nature managed to discriminate on this one. Somehow, we didn't mention you should not leave your home. YouTube is king, and screen time will now become synonymous with your child's education. This PSA has been brought to you by the letter R, which has brought us words like the Rona, Republican, and our personal favorite, racism. This is an invisible enemy turned imaginary friend, so we will all just have to learn to live with it and try not to die. I'm sorry for the interruption. We will now return you to your regularly scheduled program. You can now keep pretending that this is life.
That was fire. Pen Click Poetry Clash, know what it is. This is the third round, which is a form round. For this poetry clash, we have a Terza Rima. A Terza Rima is an Italian, meaning third rhyme, classic form of writing poetry in 3-line stanzas called tersets, which are interlinked by their rhyming pattern. They use the ending sound from each terset's middle line as the first and third of the next. That being said, Mike Ting, Terza, Rima, let's go, no time limit, form round.
I have watched my people come under attack as of late. Innocent bystanders made victim on land they call home. No good deed or assimilation protecting their fate. Someone's grandfather caught on camera with blood on his dome. His assailant disappears into a crowd of silence while our country turns a blind eye to let these cowards roam. Anxious and afraid, we look to our leaders for guidance, hoping that someone will stand up and say this isn't right. Yet time and again, we see inaction lead to violence. I once thought racism could not survive under the light of 1,000 eyes looking down upon its twisted face. But now I see the true nature of this endless fight. What do you do when the thing people see about your race goes against everything you know to be true in your core? I wish a motherfucker would name the time and the place just to give me a chance of settling the fucking score. Instead, they throw glass at young boys and light women on fire. Emboldened white CEOs threaten what Trump's got in store. I'm over apologies that mask true desire. In a world where the president makes jokes about Kung Flu, then turns around and begs China to get him rehired. I could scream of the injustices until I turn blue, but to even draw breath is a blessing not all can count, and I don't want to waste mine on those without a damn clue. Every day it seems there are new challenges to surmount. I don't wish to place my community's problems on top. I just pray for the day we get to settle our account.
Woo! Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Let's
Let's
go.
fucking go. Treesje empowers. Terza, Rima, no time limit. Third round, let's get it.
There is a darkness 10 to 20% of us face that has made mothers forget they ever smiled. A form of depression dressed in diapers and lace. 3 months postpartum after my second child. I found myself a shell of woman and soul, body literally torn apart, hair wild. I clawed my way to the edge of that black hole. I was ship in the Bermuda Triangle without sail. Diagnosed and prescribed, but nowhere near whole. I thought this body of mine a jail, staring outside myself, praying to be free. Every attempt to escape an epic fail. I felt sentenced to a lifelong purgatory of apathy. Each day, a glorified solitary confinement. My reflection, a daily visit from someone I couldn't see. I hung my head so long my spine needed realignment. Playing pretend for the social media feeds, even my self-esteem was on consignment. Some days, my womb mourned her seeds, thinking how long it would take this sunflower to push past all these emotional weeds. Motherhood is more than making sure my son shower. It is getting back to learning myself. It is praying for a moment of joy, leaning on the sun's power. Though I got the prescription, I left the bottle on the shelf. I found joy in poems and song. Holidays came and I forced the issue, became Christmas elf. Anything to keep from crying too long. It was the touch of my baby boy that brought me to life. Something that at first felt unnatural and wrong. It was allowing my husband to comfort his wife instead of hiding mental illness behind this brown skin. It was deciding to cut through the fog like a knife. I found peace by being honest with the pain within. So many women dismiss the darkness on the heart. I refused to let depression win. I chose to choose my family from the start. I healed, but will never forget the journey. I defeated suicide and depression with my pen and my art.
Pen Click Poetry Clash. Wow, that was a very heated clash between Mike Ting and Treesje and Powers. And today, to help us sort through all that, we have guest commentary and co-judge Matthew Cuban. Give us your thoughts on the clash.
Oh my goodness. First of all, to have the quality of writer and performers that we had in this month's class. I mean, we always have beasts, but to be able to have these two legends show up and the way their pens showed up, oh my goodness. Like, I really appreciate when artists take the time to write and edit and work at their craft, and you can really tell that both these artists showed up with hands swinging, with pens sharpened and all that crispy paper. It was really, really a beautiful sight to see, and much respect just on the writing level for both of them. I think that they were super honest and on point.
So we can't have Matt Cuban reveal who we scored just yet. So to keep the suspense going, Daniel, because you're not a judge, let us know who you got.
It was cool to see them both do very different things. They're two different schools of poet, you know what I'm saying? But right next to each other, classes right next to each other, you know what I'm saying? So round one, I definitely gave to Treesje. Like, she came in with like that email, like whole metaphor and like that world building thing there. Round two, I gave to Mike, just because to me, yeah, honestly though, Treesje though, to do another like interrupt thing in the Treesje style, like that's something Treesje's also done with other pieces. We've seen her kind of do that before, so to have her hit us with like the email and then the interrupt thing, it's dope. I'm really excited to see that piece like rock as a slam or in a slam as a 3-minute piece. But again, just like the style consistency there wasn't enough of a stretch. Yeah, I really feel like Mike wrote to this event and wrote to the clash and like really used the time that he had and used these formats to build on the work that he was creating while he was creating it. All that said though, again, doing kind of like what Treesje does on the slam stage and bringing that to round three, that's kind of why I nudged her for round three. So yeah, I got it 2-1 Treesje, like 2-1 Treesje.
Okay, cool. I got Treesje edging round one. Round two, I edge it to Treesje. Cause I that PSA style, I thought that was hella clever. I thought PSA was hella clever. Again, like I'm not sick of that shit yet. Like, I mean, like I know Daniel because, you know, Pomona family. You probably seen that style of hers like many a time. But for me, Treesje is like really fresh with it. Mike Ting is like, you know, like we know that Mike Ting can bring that energy, but I think like because of the clash turnaround time was like so fast with it that like I didn't think that Mike Ting's presence wasn't as strong as what Treesje brought to me. Round three, however, even though Treesje brought that energy, I edged it to Mike Ting for round three because of how visceral, like his toned down energy for his content, I felt like was much more suiting, and I thought Mike Ting's style and the way he wrote edged round three. So I gave it 2-1 Treesje, but I think round two is debatable. I could see it 2-1 going either way. Wouldn't be mad. Judges' scores. And for the first time in Clash, finally, it's a split decision.
Woo!
Yeah, all right. So, Judge Matt Cuban gave it 27.8 to a 28.3. Judge Irene gave it 24 to 29. And Matt Nye gave it 25 to 24. And the winner by split decision, Treesje and Powers.
Ooh, let's go. God bless.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
Ooh.
All right, Treesje, you just won your first clash. How do you feel?
I'm blown away. I am blown away right now. This old woman's brain, I had to knock some cobwebs off, but yo, I have to say, Mike was an amazing challenge. Like, I wanted to tear up on his third round. Like, his poem drove me into the space to deliver my piece with rawness and authenticity. So I am grateful that I got to come after him, right? I'm grateful that I got to follow that, and man, like, this was so much fun. Mike, your pen is sick. I can't wait for these poems to evolve because I know you're gonna make them stretch. So,
Hey, Treesje, so For the next clash, do you want to throw shots at anyone? Do you want smoke? Do you want to smoke with anybody?
Ooh, who do I want to smoke? Who do I want to smoke with? You know who I kind of want smoke with?
Who's
it
that?
Sounds crazy, but Prentice. I feel like I just want to come for the Bay Area.
Ooh, let's go.
Coming for the Bay. Yo, Treesje's coming for the Bay. Let's go.
I just think it would be fun. I think that our styles are so different, but we both have that like relatable, kind of humorous edge to our writing. That
veteran status too.
That it could be fun. And then two veterans going head to head could be dope.
Open mic Ting, your first clash. How you feeling, bro? Who do you want to smoke with? How do you feel about this? How was the experience for you?
That was wild. It was so fast, and it made me just like kind of miss the competitive nature of slam. Like I was telling Treesje, like as we were going through, I was like, oh, I was feeling your poems, but I was also like, oh, just do a little less good, you know, because of that competitive side of me. Yeah, no, it was a challenge for sure, and usually writing to like short, like 1 to 2 minute, it's challenging for me, so it was good to like get into that space. And yeah, no, it was a good time.
Hey, and you definitely killed it. Who you want smoke with, Mike? Who you thinking?
Who I want to smoke with? Let's say Yao.
Oh, let's go. All right,
let's go.
You can see that.
For sure. All right, and big shout out to our sponsor, Vital Pomona, who is giving a cash prize to our winner, Treesje Empowers, and to our runner-up, they'll be getting a special package from Vital Pomona. So no poet goes empty-handed. All poets are gonna leave eating, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much to our guest judges. That's Matthew Cuban, Irene, and of course, Matt Nye. And yeah, this was the Pen Clique Poetry Clash. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you want to see more of that, let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like. Let us know who you think won in the comments and who you think should clash next. Pen Clique, gang, you know what it is. Cheers.